Well, good afternoon. As you probably know by now, I coordinate a lot of the benevolence at Riverwalk. We work with our members who are in need, and we also reach out to non-members as we can and are able. Our non-member outreach is more limited in scope compared with member needs, which is, we believe, as it should be. Paul tells the Galatian Christians in his letter to them to do good to all, and then he says, especially to those who are of the household of faith, as he puts it. Well, we also recognize that there's much more need than what we can possibly fill. So we've concentrated our efforts somewhat. We recognize the issues with homelessness, and we work some in that arena. However, there are many other nonprofits and churches who are also working in that area. What isn't so well known are the issues surrounding those who still have housing, still have a roof over them, and food on the table, but they're just days or perhaps a couple of weeks from losing those things due to illness, injury, unplanned financial needs, job loss, or maybe some other issue. We've found that once an individual or family crosses that line from housed to unhoused, it immediately becomes incredibly difficult to get back into the realm of the housed. Suddenly, there's no mailing address. There's no place to store and prepare food. There's no place for routine hygiene. Transportation becomes problematic. Access to clean water and other utilities is difficult or non-existent. Where to store personal effects is an issue. And if there's an eviction on the record that caused the homelessness, well, good luck in renting anything in the future. There's just a whole slew of things that come crashing down right away, overwhelming that individual or family in ways that make life incredibly hard, and getting back into housing even harder. So, we concentrate more on trying to keep people in housing if possible. Sometimes there's not a lot we can do. Sometimes all it takes is a few gallons of fuel in a gas tank so that person can get to work so they don't lose their job due to not showing up. Some of those that we interact with in these situations are rookies, so to speak. They've never been in a near homeless situation before. They haven't much of a clue regarding just how to navigate these new waters. They don't know what, if any, services might be available. And they're scared. Their sense of security is gone. They're stressed. They hesitate to tell anyone due to the shame of it. They're trying to juggle it all and keep things in the air, but are watching the balls fall to the ground, one by one. And if they have a family, a spouse, kids, if they're caring for a disabled family member, if they have health issues of their own, then the stress and fear are all the greater. Now, there are shelters for men and there are shelters also for women, but family shelters, well, what family shelters there are, they're always full. There's no moving into one immediately or possibly ever. These are the people that we try to work with as much as our limited budget will allow. Sometimes we can't help. Sometimes we can. It's dependent on the need as well as our resources. And I suspect that is the need of members as well as non-members is only going to increase with time. As the population of the metro area grows, more will naturally be in need. Society and government play a part in the increasing need. However, I believe that the number one cause of increased need is the degradation of the family unit. Families don't care for each other as they used to do. Family units are torn apart by greed, by lust, and yeah, let's just call it that, sin. People don't know their extended families. It's an epidemic in many ways. And in many ways, government cannot help, at least in a material way. The answer, I think, has to come from within. There needs to be a change of heart, a change of attitude, a change of soul in individuals. One person at a time, one family at a time. Now, believe what you will, but I'm telling you that the man Jesus, who is also called the Christ of God, is that answer. Will faith in Jesus Christ be a magic bullet that will suddenly make it all right? No. But it will, over time, create, as King David once said, a new heart in those who believe and follow the teachings of Jesus. That new heart will in turn and over time bring about a new way of thinking and a new way of living. I've seen it happen far, far too many times to believe that it's pie in the sky thinking. And you who are stressed, afraid, are feeling lost, you're feeling alone. What does it hurt to look into this Jesus thing, to give it a try? But be warned, you'll have to go all in with this or not at all. God's not satisfied with just part of you. He wants all of you. Please, please consider it. Blessings.